The darkness. God. Okay. This is called cum farts. I show you my virtue when I come farting, and fiscal responsibility has the same verdure as some ventures. You play like a donkey with 6 legs, each leg clasped to a tree, and we drag a forest through the forest. Finally, you're farting. Compare the time I shat my pants at the library because I could not be bothered to stop reading. I know this is a literary crowd because of what you laugh at. I was wet from the non-solids I excreted. I was wet from the rain that followed me into caves. I was wet because I was wet. I was wet and you asked to touch it. I was wet and you didn't notice it on your leg. I was wet and I sat on fine china. I was wet and I was born in China. I was wet and a horse kicked me in the face. I was wet and in my dreams I was wet. I was wet and asked a stranger to jerk off onto my face. I was wet and I hurt my back trying to reach. I was wet and I farted dead sperm from a butthole that doesn't want to poop, except in libraries. Except in bus shelters, except on my neighbor's lawn, except in rooms where everyone is standing, except in underwater with my grandmother whose nipples I found when rubbing her stomach. You must know everything. I come fart in secret and feel truly as if I do. So this poem is about how I would read Sweet Valley High poems. That doesn't exist. Sweet Valley High. I would read the Sweet Valley High series in the library standing up, and at some point I decided that it was more worth it to crap myself than it was to waste 10 minutes going to the bathroom and pooping in a regular toilet. So it's about the love of reading, which I feel like everyone here really gets. So, I don't know. Do you get it? Yeah. Thank you. I feel very safe here. Like you wouldn't really judge me. I don't know, whatever, just judge me. The most boring people who think, oh my God, I'm reading the same poem again. I had a stroke and I don't even know it. Sorry. I've been hitting the sauce. The first fancy feast of fancy. In Lisbon, you watch spiders become nudists, and I become a nudist as openly as your wanton need for reproduction to be arbitrary, and it is. Look at me. My existence improved nothing. The world still gasped when the president revealed his ass crack, the smoothness of a child who has been sandpapered into a blister, which we pop by running in bad tennis shoes on the courts of ancient history, where my people put a pile of bricks on an island and Korea was born. Later, the Korean War was where my grandfather's arms vanished. The false note of us standing with streaming tears in front of the Holocaust memorial was played over loudspeakers which hung like ripened fruit in the backyards of every important person, like my sister's accountant, and your mother's doctor's secretary's gardener, who is my sister's accountant's sister. Other people have sisters, yes. And whales have noses and missing teeth can grow in size if you leave them in milk, which is why when I open my mouth, you think what you see is a cavern where our babies become feral, the marks in trees you think some kid carved with a knife. But here I am, beaming head to toe, showing my invisible teeth, my future wreath, which tells me I am a friend of spiders and their genitals, which flip-flap like a bell made of flesh, which hangs between my fingers as I grab hold of my friends, my people, the ones who woke me when I was sinking and on the verge of a colossal disappearance from this flawed, frangible world. If anyone was to see me, I hope they only notice 1,000 coruscating shafts of sunlight illuminating nothing.